Do I sound nice, Alex? Beautiful. Okay, cool. Tonight on Double Hammer. Don't change the screens, you're right where you need to be. You're watching Below the Belt's Double Hammer. Tonight we have something very special for you all. He's a mover and shaker in the Bristol rap scene. It is the bold, the ambitious, the spectacular Kwazi.
Thank you, what an intro, man. Yeah, myself, Kwazi, born and raised in Bristol. I'm gonna be giving you guys some therapy today from the latest EP. This one's called Listerine. Just a little bit of mouthwash. The one I thought I'd never meet turned to history. I stacked up those memories, but now they're bittersweet. Trying to clear your name out my mouth with this Listerine. I hope one day you'll realize everything that you missed with me. Walking out the door, feel like I went through a war. All these scars in my mind, don't wanna think of you no more. Stress been fucking up my pores, not helping that I'm poor. All that stacking turned to splash and now my pocket's feeling sore. Still I siphon any penny for your cause. I can see your flaws, but I'd rather not upset you, so I let them be ignored. When I met you, you were raw, unsure and insecure, and I lied by your side while you cried on the floor, saying stuff to ease your mind, rub your back and soothe your core, but that doesn't matter anymore. Told you about my past, you didn't care, you skipped the law. I sold you dreams, you sold me short. I guess I pulled the short straw. I guess I pulled the short bay. Now I turn cold, dans mon cœur, là ça caille. Homéostasis to warm up, I'm getting high. Still I'm barely getting by, je jure c'est trop chelou ce bail. Me suicider j'ai failli, je distracte de ce que je veux avec la peu que je détaille. Quand je me pose avec les guys, mais c'est toi que je veux j'avoue. Tous les arguments chelous, tout parce que j'étais jaloux. Peut-être ça valait pas le coup, I don't know, is that what really made you go? I thought we might be alright if we both had some time to grow, but instead we grew apart. Guess we follow different light sources. If you don't want it how I want it, then I don't know, is that what really made you go? I thought we might be alright if we both had some time to grow, but instead we grew apart. I guess we follow different light sources. If you don't want it how I want it, then why force it? Why force it? Yeah, that's called Listerine. Like I said, it's just a little bit of a cleanser to get a name out my mouth, to get me through it, to get you through it. That's what therapy's about, man. And for the next one, I've got something a little bit faster, a little bit more boppy. It's called You Don't Know. This one's produced by my guy Bauhaus Don't Rap. You'll never hear him rap in your life, but you will hear him on the beats.
Hey yo, Bauhaus, what the fuck you do?
Yeah. Yeah, man, I love this sample. Sending you one text at a time. Yeah. You don't know, but I wish you knew. What would you fight for? What would you try for? Would it be worth it? Aren't you the one who said nothing is perfect? Why would you swerve it? Say it's not you, it's me, not me, it's you. Man, I feel like I've already heard it. Man, I feel like I've already seen it. Feel drained and anemic, realist. Hope you hear this and wheel it. For all the times that I put in the work, for all the times that I did my best with a shitty paycheck to get what you deserve. Man, I can't be the worst, might not be the best. Could've worked if we had more time to invest. Now I gotta find what's next. My mind stuck behind on the times that were blessed before all the stress. Yes, yes, yes. Now I gotta rise out of the rubble. Wish I could say that you ain't no trouble, but pour me a double. This pain ain't subtle. I took a few days to stay in my bubble with all of the shit in my mind I juggle. Swear law students always come with rebuttals. Law breakers always come with some trauma. I know I trust you, Alpha your aura. Smooth like water, move like Cora. Hot like fire, turn room to a sauna. I should've listened to the guys, that's hot girl summer soon as it gets warmer. Nah, that can't be right. Nah, man, I pray that it ain't. But please, don't try to tell me it's fate. It could've been gravy, it could've been great, but you can't take it back now cause it's too late. Now I feel like all your mates are snakes. They tell you to leave and smile at my face as if we're all safe. Could've tried to fix it, I tell the story straight. I can't twist it, they told you I'm toxic, I told you I stopped it. Don't let them stay you where in the cockpit. Yeah. Could've flown high but we dropped it. 8 months in and I feel like Zorro. Can't find my way, now I lost it. Head blue like Torrico, went to your choreos. How many times have I watched it? It's about time that I drop this. I said it's about time that I drop this. You to know, you don't know what love is. You don't. Anyway, let's move away from the sentimentals, move away from the emotionals, and let's get uplifting with it, right? This one's called Greatest. You already know, roof piece. Let's go. Let's show them the power. I'ma be one of the greatest. I'll be one of the goats. Step into me, better watch your approach. I grab my katana, then I'm at your throat. Don't think it's a joke. Wait until later, we'll roll up like paper and smoke. See, they get burned to the roach, so watch your approach. Another corpse on the coast. Couple bills on the coat, duck feathers just to keep me afloat. Fuck niggas tryna step to my boast. I duck niggas, I be doing the most. Drug dealers, they was always my idols. All I wanted was a reason to boast. Dead broke till I switch up the flow. Now I burn bread like I'm making a toast. So, bring me the cheese, I'll pack up a blunt and a couple of G's. My Dutch brother want a trip overseas on open sea, tryna sell NFTs. I never fold on a team, no free time to be chatting with fiends. I remember we were splitting up seas and shooting clips from the top of the trees. I'ma be one of the best. Said it from young and they couldn't protest. Kill any beat, never found one I couldn't defeat. If you know one, then send a request. Look at the way I progress. I used to invite niggas, now I invest. Still LSD in my pocket, but I'm holding on to the square like I'm looting a chest. So, give me the gold, purple drum and I'm letting it blow. Dumb brothers wanna see what I know. My rappers like Chakra, they study the flow. Give me the gold, purple drum and I'm letting it blow. Dumb brothers wanna see what I know. My rappers like Chakra, they study the flow. Whoa. 8 gates that I open, split up a portion, pour me a potion. Pouring up projects, they're popping and smoking. They said I could blow, but I'm lacking promotion. Probably packing a potent. Pack up a bat and I'm toking. Point on my hat, I'm a Ronin. That's how I'm rolling. Yeah, blacked out like Ambu. See, I stepped out and I brought gang through. Touch bro when you know, man, I bang you. Squid Games, how I came through with a Gambu. They wanna turn shirts red like Manu. Me, I spat one bar and a Manu. I will stay in their heads like shampoo. One day I'll have 1 million fans too. Couple bills on a coat, duck feathers just to keep me afloat. Yeah. Fuck niggas tryna step to my post. I duck niggas, I be doing the most. These drug dealers, they was always my idols. All I wanted was a reason to boast. I'm dead broke till I switch up the flow. Now I burn bread like I'm making a toast. That's called Greatest, man. I got one more for you. Shouts out to Below the Belt for having me. We're in New Cut Studios, man. The Double Hammer project. It's only vibes. And this next one's about success. It's about the wins. It's about people wanting to see you lose, but instead, let them watch you win.
Yeah, too deep in.
I wanna see me win. I do. Yeah.
It's Kwazi.
I need 1 million and another, taking over the city with all my brothers. I'm making passion my bread and butter, but without all the capital, they don't love us. I need a bag and then 10 more every week to quit from my 10-4. So they look up to me like a mentor. I help them find out what they're meant for. Shorty body built like a sensor. She a baddie, hop on the motor, send me the Addy. Dual turbo, bud in a baggie. Your head down, can't let the camera tag me. They wanna grab me, lock me, bag me. Too bad, suck it like Maggie. King of my city, I got them Aggie. Mac in this game cause it's full of patties. Drip cold and a cloth tag. I blow, bro, it's off-white. Back rows, it was dark nights. It was black clothes for the squad fight. So the drip cold and the cloth tag. I blow, bro, it's off-white. Back rows, it was dark nights. It was black clothes for the squad fights. Now, they wanna see me losing. I wanna see me win. Been riding a wave, I'm cruising. Can't stop now, I'm too deep in. Yeah, they wanna see me losing. I wanna see me win. Been riding a wave, I'm cruising. Can't stop now, too deep in. Too deep. Met me a couple of times, they act like they knew me. Back then they were bougie, now they're on my tip tryna move me. I'm a new me, live a movie, and I spin kicks like Bruce Lee, tryna chop it up like Jackie. Don't at me, you get bun like Backy. I got the flame, can't catch me. Can't Pokemon, you can't catch me. Can't polka don, you can't scratch me. I get my life on my bro like a taxi. Cloaked up, stepping on road, I'm a Katski. Got Pratty with me in a backseat, and free drugs in the stash. See, I'm tripping for free like I'm mates with a taxi. I shoot my shot and I dip, clear out the spot and I hop in the whip. Give me the drop and we're getting them quick, like empty the bag or we empty the clip. I just wanna be legit, but money's low, so we're hitting a lick. Pick up the pack and we're making a flip. Shit. I need $1 million and another, taking over the city with all my brothers. I'm making passion my bread and butter, but without all the capital, they don't love us. I need a bag and then 10 more every week to quit from my 10-4. So they look up to me like a mentor. I help them find out what they're meant for, what they're meant for. Strip cold and a cloth type. I blow, bro, it's off-white. Back rows, it was dark nights. It was black clothes for the squad fight. So the drip cold and a cloth type. I blow, bro, it's off-white. Back rows, it was dark nights. It was black clothes for the squad fights. Now, they wanna see me losing, I wanna see me win. Been riding a wave, I'm cruising. Can't stop now, I'm too deep in. Yeah, they wanna see me losing, I wanna see me win. Been riding a wave, I'm cruising. Can't stop now, I'm too deep in. Can't stop now, I'm too deep in. Yeah, too deep in. My name is Kwazi, man, Kwaazzi. We're out here at the Double Hammer Project and it's big vibes every time. It's a wrap. We happy with that?
That was awesome. That was great.
Cool.
Okay, Double Hammer interviews, Kwazi. Yeah, let's go. All right, cool. So, who are you? If you'd like to introduce yourself, and what was your introduction to music?
My name's Kwazi from Bristol, born and raised. My introduction to music, well, you mean like the first music I listened to, or my introduction to making music?
You know what? Give us both.
Alright. So first music I listened to would have been me in the car on the way to school. My mum used to love Usher. She used to have the Usher Confessions CD. So that would be like the first music I really remember. I learned all the lyrics to that. My dad was like, "You're good at remembering lyrics." And I was like, "Oh yeah, be a rapper." And then the first time making music would have been, I was with all my cousins for my parents' 20th anniversary. Might have been less, 15th something. But we all rented out a big house. My brother and my cousin were rap battling in the room because we had like a big shared room with the cousins, and I was just writing my bars in the background. That was the first I ever wrote, and they weren't even rap battle bars. It was like one rhyme for the entire song. I'm saying the rhyme word did not change, but it was cool. It was the first
yeah.
one. You might hear it one day, maybe.
Because your brother's involved in music too, isn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he's dropping right now, but he told me recently he might come back to it. But right now he's doing stand-up comedy. But he was the one who originally got me involved in rap, definitely. Yeah.
Nice, cool. So, speaking about being good with the microphone, you got a really nice EP that's just come out recently.
Thanks.
You had your launch party last night.
Yeah.
Where was it? How was it?
Yeah, 395 was fucking amazing. It was so good. Honestly, I was a bit worried about it at first because I was like, ticket sales going slow, but people just last minute in Bristol. It's just people are last minute on Fridays as well. Been a long week, so I guess last minute second release sold out. I was at the event and I didn't realise second release sold out, so I didn't open third release. So everyone's like, "Oh, tickets are sold out." People ended up getting tickets on the door, and it's fine. We still managed to pack it out decently, but I didn't even realise. So there was probably more potential to get more people here. You know,
what was the feeling when you found out, like, oh, this is actually like twice the amount of people I thought were
Oh, it was fucking great. Basically, I'd been stressing going up to the show. I built a stage within that week with my friends, put all the lights up that morning. I was up from like 8 that morning after doing an event the night before. So it was very hectic on the day. And I got to the last minute, and honestly, like a few days before, I wanted to cancel because I wasn't sure how it would turn out. But it got to the point of the event starting, and my friend was like, "Are you okay?" He kept checking on me because they knew I was stressing about it. And I was like, at this point, like, it started. There's no point in me stressing. I've done shows in front of loads of people. I've done shows in front of 5 people. So, which regardless, I'm going to give them everything I wanted to give. So I'm just going to make it a good set, and I'm going to appreciate it for what it is. And then it packed out. And I was like, sick. Okay, I've already gotten over like the nerves of no one coming. Now that loads of people have come, I'm like in a really good mood. And I think that's what made the performance that much more fun. When I actually got to it and being on stage, I had danced like I had not danced for a while. And it's hard like dancing and spitting at the same time. So the energy came from somewhere. Came from the crowd.
Came from the crowd, yeah. You've got to be their tour guide for the evening.
Yeah, exactly. Bring the hype. But I'd let them know, like a lot of time I'll say on stage, I'm feeding off your energy, you feed off mine. We'll just both have a great time, you know what I'm saying? It's about both of us enjoying it.
Yeah, that's great, man. It's like you're there for the experience of the night with everybody.
Facts,
Not
same
listening
way
to a
they are.
recording. They're,
Yeah,
it's a collaborative process.
It always is. Like, making that show fun is never... I could do a sick performance, and if the crowd is not, like, going in, then a few people in the crowd are going to say, yeah, that was a sick performance, but they won't necessarily say it's a sick night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
In the same way, it could be a sick crowd, but if I'm not performing that well, then it's going to be a cool crowd. Night was iffy. But if I give everything, they give everything, that's when it's a good event.
Totally. I saw footage recently of, you do certain things to add nitrous to the night. Like, I saw this footage from you playing Louisiana, and you had these two backup dancers dancing in sync. Where did that idea come from to have more people on the stage with you?
So that's from, do you know Fuse? You heard of Fuse at all?
Yeah, I've heard of Fuse.
Yeah, so they're like a CSC that's bringing underrepresented groups into the industry more. I had just done a year with them as like a musician on their cast, and I had done a big choreo for that song Zorro as well. And the hip hop dance choreo to that and doing that on stage at Lakota was huge. And we had two choreos. I had a choreo for Luigi and a choreo for Zorro, and it went off like no one expected it to. We had like full outfits for them as well. It was sick. The red kimonos with the red Oni masks. Like you said, I'd like making them special, especially when it's my own event. I want to do something to kind of propel it and make it different from all the sets I do for other people.
Yeah. You did this, a very unique concert to the times that we're living in, a couple of years ago in 22. Where you got 3D scanned in. What was that about?
That was sick. Yeah, that was with Condensed Reality. Shouts out to Condensed Reality. They have a 3D, a VR studio next to the watershed on the harbour side. And it's literally cameras all around you. You walk into this circle and then they have a big screen in front and you see yourself get 3D projected into the metaverse on a platform they've got. And they're trying to expand to as many different platforms as they can, so you can go on it now on Oculus. And you'll have a group of people. At that point, they didn't have a much like personalization, so it was like, kind of just me's. It was like characters with no face jumping around. So I didn't know their expressions. I didn't know if I was doing good off of that.
Well, they do like little Minecraft, just like
that's all
crouching.
it was. Yeah, that's all it is. I'm guessing they had like 4 buttons that said jump, run, crouch, and stuff. So they were just going through that. But now I think it's more advanced. People have started like they have their own avatar, so you might actually be able to see people's reactions when you're doing it. But it was really cool, I'm not going to lie. They even designed a whole 3D space to go around it because they knew I was doing like anime rap for it. They put it in like a bamboo jungle with lanterns around and katanas coming out the floor. It was really cool. They fully designed a space for it.
That new sort of, it's like The Sims for gigs.
Yeah, that's cool. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, Sims gig.
Going back to your EP, Therapie, why the title Therapie, and also like what are the tracks on Therapie about? Why did you write it?
So to get some insight on it is a relationship I was in for a while, like eight months, and yeah, she told me I needed therapy. And for me it was a very interesting thing to say to someone because I don't know, I guess everyone has a different opinion on what therapy is. And recently, since the EP, I've heard so many more opinions on it and people asking me, did I go to therapy or what sort of therapy do I think works? For me, music's always been therapy to me. And that's kind of what this project was about. I've always said I want my music to make other people feel better and uplift people and inspire people when I can. Therapy was a slightly different take on it because in the past I've always kind of strayed from making sad music specifically. Because like when you're in your feels, right, and you listen to sad music, it doesn't get you out your feels. You just hear it on repeat.
You just get
sadder. Exactly. And then when you listen to happy music, sometimes it can actually uplift you. Then there's other times when you can listen to some music that might be sad or written in a sad tone, but is also gratifying, or it gives you another perspective that kind of reinforces that you weren't just imagining things, or you weren't seeing them in a weird way, or it's not just you know what I'm saying? It's that sort of feeling that it's not just you, and you're not the only one going through it. So I wanted to give people the raw of that, and that's Therapie as an EP. I put it together that way in a project, so it wasn't just sad. Like when you listen to it, from the start, it starts off quite sad. It's about what I'm going through. It's about how I'm seeing it from my perspective, and then you hear my perspective change throughout it and come to something more positive. By the end, DLC, it's all about like, okay, I'm in the extra now. I'm in the extra game. Like I've gone past. We finished that game. This is the downloadable content. If she wants it now, she has to pay for the DLC. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you mean.
But now it's more of an uplifting thing. I didn't want to keep people on that low mark. So Therapie was really about giving someone a journey, giving someone my journey, see if they could go through something similar and heal off it as well.
What do you think it is about music that can be so healing? It's almost famous for being healing about music.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, what's your personal take on that?
It's weird. I think, yeah, humans have been going hand in hand with music for years now. Maybe it is just integrated into us, because there's definitely something alongside that, like even hearing a speech and then hearing a speech with emotional music behind hits 10 times as hard. So there definitely is something like within our actual anatomy that has taken the music a different way. I feel like humans definitely take it music deeper, but for me it's always been a form of expression, and the easiest way to have music that people relate to is to make something genuine to yourself. So that's what I think is really catching people, the fact that the music, like, well, what I would say Therapie is just very genuine and real to myself. Like I didn't try and make it seem like I was fine from the start, you know what I'm saying? I didn't lie to myself throughout it. I went through every single phase, and you can hear it all, and that's why I think it's more relatable, and that's why I can help people more, because it's real. It's not just a form of entertainment, it's a form of expression as well.
No.
So it's a mix.
Going on to one of your other recent projects, you did something really, really cool in a very famous spot of Bristol, Turbo Island. With what was that? What was that project?
That was sick. Oh yeah, my boy, shouts out Eli Dieberg. He had this crazy idea. I got given props for the idea to build a speaker, basically install it in Turbo Island so no one could move it, and leave it there with a charger so that anyone could come along and play music. If you guys don't know what Turbo Island is, it is the crackiest spot in Bristol, but it's also the biggest spot for when everyone's finished on Stokescroft. You've had a mad night, you know what I'm saying? All the clubs are closed, but now there's just a fat circle of people around this campfire playing songs and just spreading good vibes. So yeah, in the day it looks a bit cracky, but at 4 a.m. sometimes it's the place to be.
That's what life is, you know.
Yeah,
Daytimes
exactly.
and Turbo Island sleeps.
Exactly. So everyone kind of knows Turbo Island from that, and I think it's been known as that spot for, it's not, I can't call it afters, but you know what I mean. It's afters vibes, basically.
It's afters.
Yeah, exactly. After the afters, and he wanted to make it more accessible for people to get music there easily.
That's brilliant.
Got a block of concrete, made a whole mold for it, like with wood, and then poured concrete into it. It took ages, had to wait for it to dry, protect it from the local crackheads. And then we did a little quick rave on it that night. It was really cool. We got some Bristol rappers down as well.
How long did that little puck of speaker survive?
2 days.
2 days.
2 days. Something occurred, but yeah, they managed to completely knock it out of commission. So we took it whilst the speaker was still in there. They cracked it, but they didn't manage to get the speaker out. It's now in 395 on display for anyone who wants to see the legendary project.
Oh, lush,
Yes.
cool. Well, that's another reason to go down to 395.
Yeah,
Speaking
definitely.
of 395, what is it for the uninitiated?
I like uninitiated, that's good. I like that.
I'm proud of that too.
So 395 is a creative art space and a venue space that's also available for hire, where we do exhibitions, nights. I did my Therapie EP release yesterday. We have District hip hop event today. We're trying to make it the home for hip hop and rap in Bristol. So there's not really anywhere that accepts us as family. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It feels like the rap scene's kind of still finding its base. So we're making it a base for that, but also accepting all sorts. We've had techno nights, punk nights, everything you could think of there, and it's slowly and steadily growing. 2 days ago, I had someone tell me, someone who was from another country, and they'd come to 395, and they said someone in Bordeaux in France told them to come here to meet creatives and stuff. So we're already getting word out in France.
You're getting out there.
It's growing quickly.
That's amazing, man. You've been involved in trying to create this space for artists for a long time now.
Yeah.
And I'm going to reference a very old project. Does that mean anything to you?
Oh, God. Oh, no.
What am I referencing right here?
That's, alright, so yeah, the 0 and the 7 and then 2 1s in between, that's the Bristol area code. So if you're calling Bristol and it's someone's home phone number, it's going to start with 0117. And from young, I put that by my rap name. I used to be Kwazi 0117, shortened it to Kwazi, but it's still that on Instagram. And Yeah, that was how we used to represent the city.
0117.
You might hear it on like my very first tracks. I shout out 0117 before the verse.
And that was on BRG as well. That's a thing that you set up. There was a little Wix website where people could send in pictures.
Oh, we found the Wix site.
I found the Wix site.
Damn. Okay. Yeah. So I went in on it back then, like 15. I was trying to set up a platform for people because so many of my friends as well were starting to get into it. Older friends and people in my year had been rapping, and there's just not enough platforms in it for Bristol. One thing I've been saying for long now, and I'm trying to coin this as a phrase in Bristol until we fix it. There's an amazing scene here, but there's not an industry for us. And what you guys are doing right now is building the industry side. That's what we need more of, you know what I'm saying? This sort of the below the belt productions, Double Hammer, stuff like that, stuff like 395, places that are going to put on for emerging artists and build a real scene. Because we're emerging now, but as soon as we have a scene, this will be what keeps it propelled. This will be what keeps it going, and this will be what people come to Bristol and have to check out. Okay, what music's on in Bristol? Let me go check Double Hammer. You know, let me go see what's on at 395. That's what we want more. That's what's going to bring our scene more like actual exposure, but also just a way to survive, a way to thrive properly in the scene. Because right now, I know artists in Bristol, speaking to all of you, I know it's hard, but it's coming. We're building up, and soon the city will be a place where we can thrive.
We're doing it. We're making that revolution irresistible.
You guys are as well.
Going on to so Listerine, right? That was the first track you played today, right?
Yes.
You speak French. I didn't realise that until I listened to Listerine like a couple of weeks back. So writing in another language, especially with one in a genre, in a whole realm that deals so heavily with meter and rhyme and poetry, how do you find it writing poetry in another language, and especially trying to find that little like a relay race, the passing the baton in the song to this other language?
Yeah. Oh, that's true. I think that's sometimes the harder part is passing the baton, because I try when I can, like, make an English word rhyme with a French word when I can, and a lot of the time that's how I actually start it. Like, I'll know I want to go into French, and I'll be like, okay, how can I rhyme this French bit I'm about to say with an English word? I'll just find an English one to go with it, because obviously my English is better than my French. But my French was my first language. Although I was born here, I learnt French first in the UK and then learned English. It was so weird.
Mad.
Went to a French nursery in Bristol.
I didn't even know that
people
happened.
don't know that's the thing, but
No,
and then I
all.
started going like 3 days to the French one, 2 days to the English one, and transitioned over to English. So now my English is way better than my French, but I've been told so many times to put it back into music, because I did a few French songs when I was starting up, and now I'm slowly easing it back in. And where I'm going tomorrow, I'll go to France and then to meet my family in the Caribbean, all French. So I'll get a good refresher on speaking French there, and hopefully come back with some new French bangers for you guys.
Yeah, that'd be wicked, man.
We'll see.
Do you find, like, sometimes when you're trying to, like, what inspires you to write first off, I'd say?
It really depends. I've had long bits of, like, writer's break where I can still write features, and I feel like features are always a lot easier for me to write because I'm writing off someone else's subject. But I need to have something inspire me to write. I don't like writing just to write. I don't like writing about, like, cliche subjects just because they're hot right now. It has to be something I'm passionate about, something I'm feeling about. Either whether it's like the beat is so good that I'm just like, oh yeah, I love this. This is giving me a vibe, and I write off that. Or whether it's I really have something in my mind and I'm like, I need to talk about this. That's what therapy was. That was me, like, I have something I need to get out. I don't even know how to. I was going through so much, like, emotionally. I didn't know how to output it. That was the easiest way for me to output it. And when I wrote it, it was like, it's just like a spill of words. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't thinking about it at one point. I was literally just writing down, and it was rhyming. Like, so I feel like when I have something already to think about, it's way easier. I don't genuinely start a song well when I'm trying to. You know what I mean? It has to, something just comes to you like, okay, I need to write that down.
It's like the universe pushes it towards you,
Yeah,
rather than
exactly.
you reaching out to grab it.
Exactly. And then times when I've chased it, it's been harder. You know, like when you start trying to chase it or trying to force it, it doesn't come out as well.
It's like having a carrot on a stick, but the carrot stays at the same distance.
It's exactly like that. It's exactly like that.
I read an interview somewhere that when you started rapping, a lot of the people that you were listening to were American rappers, and kind of, I've spoken to other people too, where the accent kind of that they go to write in, you always imitate your heroes a little bit. So there's a bit of an American accent.
Yeah, you didn't find it though, because I took that one off SoundCloud. If I'd left that one up,
I'm
sure you would have found it.
I really tried.
I'm sure you would have
and I
found
couldn't.
it.
So yeah, well done.
Yeah, so my first song I ever released was on SoundCloud, It was called Fuck Boys.
Nice.
It was ridiculous.
That's a SoundCloud song.
It was definitely a SoundCloud song, and like going back and listening to, I mean, to be fair, the flow was decent. The bars were like I just sounded like an American gangster rapper.
Yeah.
Just talking my shit.
How did you find your voice? What? Yeah, how do you find using your own voice from that?
It was from me showing it to so many people, and I think it was mainly my big brother, but a few people were like, some people were just like, yo, this is sick, and then other people were like, this is sick, but it doesn't sound like you, and I had to find that, and I had to figure out, like, also I think listening to so much American rap, and I hadn't heard as much UK rap until later on, actually, surprisingly, like, because there's a lot of 140 here. When I was growing up, I just wasn't hearing it like that. I was hearing so much American rap, probably also from my brother's influence. But it got to that point where I was like, okay, I need to find my own voice, but I was also like, I don't really think it's going to sound hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm rapping in an English accent, it's not going to sound as hard as it does on these American speakers. They just sound cool to you. Like, when you're a kid, you're hearing this, and you're like, that sounds cool. When I found my voice properly, I think I had to also start listening to more UK rap and hearing that this can sound hard. Like, it's not, the accent's not always something to be, uncool or posh or whatever, however they see it in the rest of the world.
I know what you mean.
But yeah, I definitely found my voice with it and started enjoying it a lot more when I did, and started feeling more like a rapper outside of it.
Yeah.
Not like I'm just putting on something or I'm going and putting on a persona. And I feel like that's fine as well. I know a few artists that will go into a persona when they start performing. But I feel like as an artist, I am who I am through and through, which is why like now everyone knows me as Kwazi. It's not my name, but it's my second name kind of. But
Kwazi is your name, you know.
Yeah,
like
it's my name now. Exactly. Even in business situations.
Yeah, like the two sort of the life and the passion projects.
Yeah.
Kind of where the borders are.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't clear anymore.
But it's also probably because I did it from so young, so I just went with the nickname that people were calling me when I was a kid.
What do you say to people of Bristol who, maybe like yourself, like have this music they really enjoyed and didn't know how to get into it? Sort of, they're still in that stage of confusion about, I want to do this, but I don't know how. What would you say to them?
Interesting. First of all, go to the events. That's something I didn't realize until way later on. But go to the events. That's the best way to figure out what other people are doing. Artists in Bristol, because we're like still looking for an industry, everyone's so easy to talk to. Like, if you ask an artist straight up, what should I do next? If you don't have something recorded, then record something, even if it's on your phone, just so you can show it to people. You know what I'm saying? And then as soon as you're ready to get to that studio stage, it's all there for you in Bristol. Like, literally, there's studios you can hire. There's engineers that work within the studio. I shout out Yuri Green. We have a studio at 395 as well. There's obviously Pirate Studios if you have someone to mix for you. Do any of those. Post one clip on Instagram, and the first time you do it is always when you'll get the most support. So capitalize off that.
Okay.
So post the first clip, and then anyone who says they want to work, help you out, capitalize off it. Find your team. I'm so lucky right now to have a team, because the guy who produced DLC is someone I've been friends with for like 4 years. The guy who films all my videos I've been friends with for over 5 years. And 2 of my other best friends are also sick rappers. And a bunch of my other friends from music are now also artists. But just find the people who you can work with and get along with as well, because that's going to propel you, I feel like.
Yeah, that's important.
Definitely.
Cool. Kwazi, thank you very much, man.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on, man.
Well, you too, man.
Double hammer. It's been fucking sick.
3 out of 5. Kwazi.